Dibadium languis nemblumi narawa gizblumi from Erub Zenatkes. Today I'd like to share with you, while I sit on your bubble style, the NDIS workbook for mental health and how I've adapted this for your communities in the Torres Strait region. Now this book can be changed to your location, to your language group, based on the needs of your community. This will inform the participant statement and who does what for me and when. Now in your community, we need to find out the important things, like how we travel to cultural ceremonies, events, social aspects, and look at the good and bad days. In the worksheet in front of you, which will be the school of fish, you'll note the orange and blue fish. The small fish in the center resembles us. At the end of the day, we're all just one big family in the greater scheme of things in the ocean. The orange fish will resemble the bad days. Now, what's a bad day look like in community? Well, it could be sad business or sorry news, and how we get to attend those situations. They could be issues with supports in your region, in your community. They can also mean that the barge doesn't come to your community to drop off supplies, leaving you with limited food source for some time. They could also be telecommunications. They could be issues relating to flights out of your community or the lack thereof. They can also be the inability to use dinghies in your area. But they're all relevant information that needs to go into the booklet. So in different communities, obviously there are going to be different bad days that affect your community. We really need to put that down onto our worksheet, and now we'll go on to the questions. Now the questions sheet will have the good and the bad days as well. Your facilitator will ask you about these, but we just ask that you take the time to really talk about the bad days or the things that happen on a bad day in your community, so we can get comfortable in putting those down on paper. This is very important to assist monies that come into your location, and also for your NDIA planner to understand what actually happens in your area. So when I have a bad day, it could be I could have limited access to transportation to get to other neighbouring communities, to see specialists and so forth. It could also mean that I can't actually access neighbouring islands or family in order to do ceremony. That could be men's business, or in some cases it could be women's business, or to attend special ceremonies and functions are very relevant to our community. So we need to work out how we need to put that into play, what individual steps we have to go through as family to get to those places. So we need to map each individual aspect down. The coordination, the fuel, who's going to supply the dinghy. And as you know, in community, for our ceremonies, there are special items that we need to take. So money make a business will mipla. Same for women. The women will go into their actual area to make a business with impla. So we just need to be mindful and actually write down key specific things that are relevant for your community and for you to attend those functions or social gatherings. It's very important that you put these down on paper. Don't think for one moment that it's not important. It is very important to mapping how our family interact and move within these locations. Now we'll move on to a good day. And what does a good day look like? Well, it could be high tide and you want to go fishing. Well, that's a good day. Especially if it's calm in your area. You want to go dive for totol, dangal, kaya, them things. Well, we're going to put those things down too, okay? Who helps you to get through those days? Could be tawi, uncle, aka, or family. Well, that's all right. They're the people that help support you to get through the day. I'm just going to show you. This is the bluefish. Note the beautiful eye. And this was the fish for the bad day, okay? Sweet. Now on a good day, especially if you want to go down close to the water's edge, catch some small fish, or go and have a gathering with family, make a assist dumper. That's okay. We need to find out who helps you along the way. It may be family who help drive you close to the beach, help support you. It could be members of your immediate family who assist you. So we need to map your goals and aspirations, okay? So for you to attend or go and do these great things in your community, we need to list down on your questions, and also through mapping with the School of Fish, what your goals, your big goals and aspirations are, whether they are health related, social and emotional well-being. So that's to look at hanging with family, having a social gathering. They're all very important in our community because we love to hang out with each other. It's very important. Now, the NDI planning session is very important. These are some of the questions that you'll see on your screen shortly. The NDI planning session, that will inform your participant statement. Okay, and this is what the image of the fish and schools look like. Note the orange and the blue fish. And some of the questions that will be read to you will be who supports you and helps you on your good and bad days? What do they do that helps you on these days? What services support, help on your good and bad days? What do they do that helps you on these days? What help do you need to attend cultural ceremonies, events and protocols? And what are your goals and aspirations? And like I said, just take the time to really feel comfortable in answering these questions. It's very relevant, very important. That will also help us to find out what money is allocated to assist you in the NDIA planning session. But it is just getting comfortable to talk about these issues. It's not a quick conversation. We really need to sit down and talk about these things. So I urge you just to take the time to make yourself comfortable, enjoy family and friends, and really talk about the things that are important in your life, because it's very important to finding out what financial assistance there is for you in your community. So thank you very much, OSO, and have a wonderful time. Look forward to seeing you in your island community. Yo.
Just a note, when you're working with the Indigenous populations and you're completing the fish workshop and the kangaroo workshop, is after you've asked the questions about the bad day and the consumer has answered those questions, just cover them over, because we don't want to trigger the consumer at all. And that will enable you to work more positively on the good day.